1, 2. Hey, hey. Shut up. 3, that looks good. Coming to you. Ready, 3, and take 2. On 2. 2, you're live. Jackass!
Hey, welcome to the Show Tech Show. It's Scott Davis here, alongside of me with, and over here is Rick.
Oh, bro. Hi, everybody. Yeah, we're making this look easy, I know. But new setup, transitioning to the post-Jordan era on the live studio productions here at the Lone Star. So
He still doesn't know what he's doing.
good luck with that. Yeah, I run the damn thing. I don't know how this works. So anyway, Scott, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing fabulous. How about you, my friend?
Killing it. Been another fantastic week. Plenty of overtime. So no sleep for the wicked, right? But I see we've got a special guest joining us tonight, subtly inserted into the middle of our tiny set.
I'm good. I'm sort of squashed in.
You're
That's
just
good.
LD.
I am.
Just LD.
We're all
That's
family
fine.
here.
Ladies and gentlemen, straight from Onstage Bedford, the artistic director and resident lighting designer, Mr. Michael Winters.
Good evening, everybody.
Woo! Applause. We'll fix that
Yeah.
in post.
Fix all
We
that
always
post.
do.
It's live.
Seems like we would have thought that out.
Yeah, we're doing good with these new microphones. We're doing good. Yeah, this is
Killing it.
great.
Edit.
Yeah.
So, how you doing, Mr. Winter?
I'm good.
Would you like a beer?
I have water, thank you.
By this point in time in the show, you really need one.
And we've only been on a minute.
Because this
Yeah.
is how every show starts.
Hey, it's fun, you know.
TV Gold, man. I don't know what you're talking
TV
about.
Gold.
This is the best show on television today.
Best show on the internet.
And I'm feeling a little weird without you up here.
No, here I'll chime in every once in a while.
You
just
know
to
what
there
we
we
should
go.
do? We should split screen.
Ooh, that's a different show.
That is. Oh my god.
Split screen's our video game coverage.
There we go.
So nobody wants to see me.
Yeah, we don't need to see that.
That's garbage.
So anyways,
Yes. Go ahead.
You guys want to talk about some news before we get the show kicked off and spend some time with Michael here?
since you're the only one with the piece of paper of what we're doing today, I think we do.
Guys, what do you say we start with the news? The first thing I had up was a little ditty in the paper this week. It's State Fair season here in North Texas. The
Ooh,
Texas
corny
State
dogs.
Fair is getting ready to kick off.
Deep
It
fried.
already started.
It is already started, yeah.
Friday.
So it's underway. And this year, of note in the production-related arts, they have banned selfie sticks, joining Walt Disney World and many others. Yeah, okay, good. Michael there is not a fan
so
of the selfie
stupid.
sticks.
Just are.
Yeah, I thought this was a good opportunity to gripe about selfie sticks, really.
Oh, good.
So. Yeah, not a fan. It's really over, and since they've become kind of like the fun
you own
gag
one?
gift, I don't. I have a monopod that I've used as but never in a selfie kind of situation.
I own one.
Of course you do.
You own a selfie stick?
But I only use it as almost like a monopod or just like distance things and stuff
Or
like
you
that.
hire, you take a
Well-
picture.
Yeah.
You don't do that.
You don't do the
Like
selfie.
cheap.
No, I don't know. Show it myself.
Kardashian thing.
I don't know. I think you would.
No.
I
I'm
can
not
see
like
him at
that.
the Grand Canyon.
Then he falls over.
Hello.
Oh, did you see the report? There's more deaths with selfie sticks than there are sharks.
Well, that just
Like
goes
shark
to show you
killings?
something about the people who use selfie sticks.
It's like you're more likely to die from using a selfie stick than you are by getting killed by a shark.
What does? What? I just okay.
It's just-
Well, you've heard that museums have banned them, too.
Have they?
Because some works of art have been slashed and punctured because people with selfie sticks.
You've got to be kidding
No, I
me.
kid you not.
It's an epidemic.
It is. It's a stupid epidemic. But
That's freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, they're the bane of my existence as somebody
The
who works
bane
in
of my
video.
existence.
Now wait, you work in a hospital. That I bet you $5. That could be really dangerous. IV.
Oh gosh, yeah. Yes, it's not recommended by the FDA.
the patient holding a selfie stick
Grandma!
during surgery.
Grandma.
oh gosh.
Well, I just want to say that I think that this is a sign of progress in our society, that we're starting to see these official bodies ban such an abomination as the selfie stick. And I was just hoping that hopefully it won't be long until we have a ban on this. The iPad photography, that's got to stop, people. Oh, that's my daughter. Hi.
Oh,
Slideshow. Shameless plug
Was that shot on iPad?
for yes,
she's cute though.
for the selfie stick. Yeah, okay, that brings it back up. Thank you, sir.
I mean,
But yeah,
you know that Jordan used to run all that.
Yeah.
over
did.
there.
Yeah.
And Jordan sucked really bad, but he at least had us. Well, we never had the backdrop or anything.
Yeah. You got that cool back shit.
Hey, we haven't completely
Showtime.
figured this out yet. But anyway, yeah. So if we're starting to see the selfie sticks go out of vogue, if we can get away from the iPad photography now that they've introduced that new iPad Pro, where it's going to be even more obnoxious.
We're all just sitting here, and he's the one
listening.
talking.
We're listening.
I'm the comforting voiceover. I'm the voice of reason.
He's the Gelman, is what he is.
Yeah. I'm telling you, nobody wants to see me.
Rick, we know your mom. I bet she's online.
Is she? Okay. Oh, hi, Mom. Thanks for joining
Is
us.
anyone in the chat room?
I'm not monitoring it. I used to monitor it over there.
He's talent. Right?
Yeah, I got it. There's no. It's just us. It's just us boys.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. Anyway, that's my thoughts on selfie sticks. Anybody else?
The audience doesn't like it when you do this. though.
I wouldn't think so.
Or just next.
Just
then?
be nice.
Selfie, yeah, next it.
There we go.
All right, folks. Well, up next in the news, Jordan, you want to talk about TV station using iPhones? As
Yeah,
camera
so
phones?
What? Yes, this is pretty.
Were they using
I'm
Periscope?
going to use my iPhone to read this, since it is talk about iPhone. A local TV station has decided to use their iPhone. And I saw this on a TV show last night. It was on TBS or something like that, one of those stations, where it's like a forecast.
I'm doing this wrong.
America's Next Weatherman, and people are holding the selfie sticks with the microphone, reporting the news like this, like blah 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 blah, and that's what's come to.
Oh God, they're using selfie
They're
sticks.
still using. They're using selfie sticks. There's related to your selfie sticks.
Yeah.
They're using selfie sticks while holding a mic, reporting the news. It's kind of like
Stop the madness, people. Cool.
and they're talking and stuff like that.
I mean, I
And
don't know.
it's-
Are they trying to look edgy, like avant-garde, like we're so high tech we don't need
It was this.
a budget?
Have you?
down to the last two ladies, and that was one of their challenges, was to go out on the beach and shoot a story without a crew. And so they had to use a selfie stick and a microphone and make this thing up. And the one that actually won was some beauty queen, and her gimmick was she was a ventriloquist.
Oh, she won.
She won
Oh wow.
over the experienced weather lady. So they
Man,
went with
I am just missing so much in life.
It's
it
just
was so
yeah.
Yeah, I know.
stupid, but it was
Yeah.
funny.
But not to segue into something else here. I was at the Apple store today.
Mm-hmm.
New phonage. I lo-
Success.
New phone.
See, that's
Success?
probably like their solution for
Huh?
everything.
6S.
No.
Did not go the 6S.
Oh.
I stayed with the 6, but I played with the 6S today.
Did you?
And the 4K camera,
Yeah.
guys, that's freaking incredible.
Oh yeah.
The picture on it is so good, and the display, they apparently changed the display on it as well. Freaking amazing. The pictures
Yeah,
are awesome.
And Bill Gates promised us it would be faster with more reliable access to the internet.
I love Bill Gates.
Like I said, they're like Bill Gates.
Not the iPhone guy over here.
Anyway, it's this TV station based in Switzerland. I guess they're trying to save budget and stuff like that, and having the reporters go out there.
I mean, I guess
Is he not a-
cameras have gotten good, and
Well, like the whole in Philadelphia, they had photographers on strike, news photographers on strike for the Pope thing, as they're trying to work out a deal with pricing and stuff like that. So it's like a union thing. The union news photographers were all on strike when the Pope was in town, and so they basically came in and hired non-union workers to come do camera for the remotes while Pope was doing the stuff.
kind of buried the lead on that one. That's kind of a big deal. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
No, it's just like someone's like, well, they could save it by having a reporter hold a selfie stick and do the news.
I mean, like I've always
But then
said
it's
that there's,
cost of
there's
jobs.
applications for that. Like, if you're reporting a hurricane or like our buddy Scott Withers was doing when he was reporting the riots and things like that, where you're in a situation where you actually need that kind of mobility and that kind of helps out, that's cool. But when you're like covering a presidential address, maybe that's not the time to haul out the iPhone. Maybe you need to actually fuck up and pay for the camera. Or what was the award show or whatever that they were doing, covering with Periscope? Just anyway. I feel like we rail on this topic too much, but apparently it can't be said enough.
They covered.
Yeah, they like some network or something like that, NBC or whatever, did a
Well,
Periscope stream.
didn't we talk about this like 6 or 7 weeks ago?
Yeah, it reminds me of our drone coverage.
Scott hates drones.
You don't like drones?
Hey,
That was going to be your
what the
birthday.
hell? What the hell is a drone?
Sure.
Is
it rich?
Is he playing this?
Yeah, there it is.
Because my ears don't work. anymore.
Dude, I didn't do anything. I just did channel 1.
But I have another one I want to
me here at
You're not meant to. And there's actually no drone news. I don't know why I'm even playing it. It's just funny to me.
Yeah. Not much dronage. So, next.
All right. Oh, you bastard. Next. Well, okay. Next up in the news, this is kind of a funny one, and it hits a little bit close to home. But presidential hopeful Carly. We'll just
Edit that in post.
Yes.
Hi, everybody. So, yeah, this is an interesting thing that happened today, actually. Presidential hopeful Carly Fiona was doing a speech down in San Antonio, and her drape collapsed.
The prop didn't use Quest Drape. Harvin there.
I can't hear him at all.
Professional political class.
I actually did. I did check in with Harvin and make sure this wasn't one of his company's issues, but
God, that's like
Ooh,
a.
Quest Drape.
That's, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Don't
but he
through
basically
it.
he runs the San Antonio field office, so I was like, Harvin, did you have anything to do with the Marriott Riverwalk?
Oh,
And they're all covering her, and I was like, okay. It's
Where was this at?
This is the Marriott Riverwalk down in San Antonio.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
They're never going to set Drape
And I
again.
think a piece of pipe falls down here or something.
it already fell. Who
Wait,
was
like-
this?
Carly Fiona.
Oh,
She has a cool name. I must say
She
she has it's like a California, but it's California.
California.
Oh, okay. that
you
works.
might want to check the. Can you hear him?
Yeah, he's fine. Your ears are broken.
I can't hear it. I can't even hear
Because
myself.
I
right
can
now.
hear everything except for him.
Don't worry about it, guys. Oh, it's just a mix minus thing. He's fine.
Mix minus, mix
Okay.
minus. Oh, whoa, oh. Okay.
Now I can hear him.
There you
Now I
go.
can
See?
hear.
Guys, I got this under control, man. I'm doing video, I'm doing audio, I'm doing graphics, I'm doing playback. I'm all over. I'm like a video ninja. Don't even worry about
Yeah.
this noise. Come on.
You can't leave.
Don't leave us. Dude, when he leaves, we're just
We
going to set up
cheated.
one camera and share a microphone and never change shots. It'll be fine.
It's only one shotgun
We're
mic
just
right up
gonna
there.
we're just
Just
gonna
one
huddle
shot.
around the webcam and be like,
Poor Michael Winters was
Reporting
sitting in
in.
a theater the other day, and I said, "You should come do Showtech show with us."
nice professional.
And he went,
experience.
"Oh, that sounds like fun." Now he's here.
Welcome.
Welcome.
How much
right.
longer?
Well, that's all I got on pipe and drape, guys. So
That's a pretty interesting story.
I'm glad nobody was hurt.
yeah, nobody was injured, and it will make a
Nobody?
funny campaign trail. Nope. Well, probably the guy who set the pipe and drape. Secret Service took him out and shot him in the alley.
Ooh,
but-
yeah. He's fired.
Oh yeah. But lucky, like I said, it wasn't anything to do with anybody we know. So
it's probably Dallas Drape and lighting.
oh.
Oh, he went there.
Well, that's what I was telling Harv. I was like, dude, was this you? And he's like, let me check, make
Or
sure we
the-
weren't working anything in San Antonio. No, that wasn't us. I'm like, okay, well, it probably will be next year. So heads up, buddy.
The Drape King.
Michael, Mr.
Yes.
Winters, thank you for joining us on the Showtech show this evening. Spending your fine evening, perhaps the last evening ever, as the Tetrad Blood Moon's lunar eclipse is happening just outside
It
these
is true.
windows.
That's true.
Here live in Roanoke, beneath the end of the world. No, how you doing, man? And
I'm good.
thank
In
you for joining.
Roanoke.
Scott, how long have you known this guy?
I've known him for 472 years.
Oh, so the last Blood Moon.
Yeah.
So-
I think he
see
was the
vampires.
lighting designer when Jesus was being crucified.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say the birth, because I heard that was pretty good.
The lighting for
Yeah.
the birth was fantastic.
Yeah. Just
It
one pin
was.
spot, good stuff. Oh,
Through a hole.
Through-
It- just-
It's just great.
oh my God.
That's how we live.
No,
the haze was too much. Though.
the
Winters,
haze was too much.
Winters and I met about 6 years ago, 5 years
I think
ago.
so, 5 or 6.
Yeah,
Yeah.
5 or 6 years ago.
Okay.
And we've hung out ever since.
Just buddies as show techs do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we both run theaters, and we're both lighting designers, and we both have fun together.
We do.
So
We don't take things too serious.
yeah,
I'm just really
What the
sorry about
heck?
that. I have no idea
Should I go over there on the board?
why
now
oh,
we're
just
gone.
disappeared.
We're gone.
And
this over.
This is-
and,
Thanks for coming.
And we're gone.
hey,
No,
welcome.
That's an easy fix, guys. That's an easy fix. I don't know what you're talking about. Don't even
Well-
acknowledge it. Just act like it didn't happen.
we'll fix that in post.
I will not.
Yeah, Scott and I have known each other for about 5 or 6 years.
Hmm. Never seen him naked. Not
Okay.
tried.
That's fair.
Well, that's good.
That
it's
he
not-
knows of.
It's
Then
not
it-
that pretty.
Then again, I've never seen any of you all. Well, I have. but
Well, don't give
we won't
away
talk about
the
Rick
season
in
finale spectacular.
Fredericksburg.
Fredericksburg.
Oh, is that the season finale?
Yeah, we're going full Monty.
Y'all-
Wow.
okay.
Yeah.
That's a great show, by the way.
I think it'll be a lot for our viewership. We'll
We
go with.
say you
was-
haven't seen us naked.
Okay, I met you when you
Wait till
lit
Vegas.
the show at Runway with Roseanne Hallman.
I've done a couple of shows with Rosa.
It was the last one.
Oh.
It was Streetcar.
Streetcar, but I knew you
Yeah.
before Streetcar.
Yeah, and we met before that. We met like the year before that because I came and did a show for you before that. Then you came and hung out over at Runway for a little bit.
Yeah.
And
Done a couple of shows at Runway.
then you kind of disappeared and took over some theater in Bedford. And,
Yeah.
you know,
Took some time off. And
how is that going for you?
time off for Bedford.
Not Bedford. You enjoying the Bedford thing?
Bedford's going great. OnStageInBedford.com.
There it is.
Is a shameless plug. It's going great. We are in our 30th season right now, and we opened the Stephen Sondheim Musical Company on Friday. This
I
coming
hear
Friday.
it's very well lit.
It is very well lit. The lighting is unbelievable.
Hmm?
And some designer named Scott Davis
Yeah.
has lit it.
Jackass.
And oh, look at that! There's our logo. Look at that. And that's our next show.
Hey,
the
that's
Daughter
your
of Saint Nicholas.
website, I think.
That is our website. I will be lighting the Daughter of Saint Nicholas, and that is our 2016 season.
Nice.
Tick Tick Boom, How the Other Half Loves, which is a British farce, which is very funny. It's like 2 scenes, 2 sets within one. The Kitchen Witches is sort of a Martha Stewart meets who's that Southern cook woman?
Paula Deen.
Pauline, yeah.
Of course, Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf is a great classic drama. Vanya, Sonia, Masha, and Spike is a great comedy.
Who do you have directing your drama?
Derek Whitener is
Really?
directing our
I'm
our drama.
surprised at
Yeah.
that. That's one of my favorite Edward Albee's.
Yeah, it's a great show. Good drama piece. It kind of reminds me, to simplify it, kind of reminds me of an All in the Family meets Mama's Family.
Yeah.
It's really backbiting at some lines, and then the next line you're laughing your head off to break that tension.
Yeah.
that's there.
And it's a show that keeps you going all the way through it, but from a lighting designer standpoint, there's so much that you can do in it.
Yeah.
With texture and
Mhm.
I love that
So,
show.
well, we'll see. Maybe we can get you on.
Oh,
It'd be a great show.
it's a Derek show. I'm probably already doing it.
You do sort of find those directors you sort of always work with. You know?
Yeah.
They like your work, you like how they work. And I like when a director can come in and have their whole production team with them.
So, we had a conversation the other day about video in theater.
Yes, we did. We had a good one.
We have 2 video heads here.
Yes, you're surrounded by
Yes.
idiots right now. So.
Yes, we have the vidiots around. What do you guys think about video in theater?
Are you talking about like IMAG?
Or not just IMAG, projections for scenery.
I'm okay with projections for scenery. IMAG can get too distracting and take away from what the director wants the kind of feeling come through. For me, I like to see or get distracted with the IMAG, looking at a camera showing the different shots and stuff like that. I want to see the whole picture. I want to be in the room itself, and I think IMAG just takes away from that.
So you would be fine with, say, in Music Man, at the very beginning of Music Man, when they're on the train
Mm-hmm.
and they're doing the whatever that song, but on the moving train, and so behind the set
Cash
piece of the
for
train,
the merchant.
yeah,
Cash.
to see the sort of the moving.
Yeah, I would be fine with projection, like showing that, but I just don't want to show like a director cutting from this camera forward, this tight shot, this person, this camera, that
Yeah.
action.
See,
I'm all for like maybe if it's a big huge auditorium, have a camera locked off, like showing stage to stage,
Mhm.
and showing that in case it's a big auditorium and you're in the very back, you can see a closer shot of the stage. But I don't want to do the tight shots and stuff like that of a person because it gets too distracting. You're like there, and you're missing stuff that be happening elsewhere on the stage.
I
Right.
tend to I'm the type of person that pulls away from projections. I don't want them. I don't want them. Like when I went to school and all that, what's the first thing that you're taught about theater? It's our job to drive these people through an experience from A to B.
Right.
A lot like radio, theater of the mind. You kind of want people to be drawn in enough to where they're connecting the dots instead of the technology doing it for you. Although I will say, at my day job, like you said, I work at a hospital. We're actually blessed enough to have a small theater that we largely use for educational purposes and conferences and the like. But I have had occasion to do some more theatrical work in that space, and it's kind of a challenge because we're not geared for it. And one of the compromises I've had to make is employing our video projector for scenic kind of things where I don't have the lighting arsenal that you normally could do for, color washes and things like that. And I a lot of times, admittedly, we'll use it in kind of a campy fashion. Just kind of what most recently we had a skit where our executives or whatnot they were driving. They were on a family road trip, so they're driving in the car, and we had a prop company create a just a little 2-dimensional car that sit them behind, and so the family piles into the car and gets together, and behind them I had just a projection of blue sky. It was just generic. You really probably didn't even notice it was just a blank projection screen because there was no words, no style or anything. But then they get in the car, and I advance forward, and we had a sound effect of the engine turning on, and I just had like a little palm tree going by in the background as they're driving. So I mean, it was done in a very campy fashion, but it added kind of an effect. And in our extreme low budget scenario, it gave us some more options for telling that story that I don't know that we would have been able to do otherwise. I think my other option would have been just have one of the other staff members carry a physical palm tree prop and just run across the stage and go back and do it again. Equally campy, but maybe a little bit easier to pull off. So.
Campy.
In certain shows, that would work.
Campy.
I mean, yeah, it depends. If you're doing a comedy, maybe there's opportunities. I think I'll agree. There's a risk of pulling away from any drama whenever you start using something that's obviously fake. But maybe I'm just not using my imagination.
I don't necessarily think that it's not that you're not using your imagination. I think that it's more the fact that I'm old school. I will always be old school. It's my job to make people travel through a journey without doing. If you want projections, go see a movie.
I think there's
Yeah.
we did a show at another theater where at the very end of the show, the whole show took place in this curiosity shop that just sort of magical things happened.
Mm-hmm.
And you never really knew if it was just coincidence or if there was something else involved. And at the very end of the show, as the last person is walking out, turn the lights off, this sort of magical feel comes over the store. And we used projection to give that feel like it had come to life. Like it had, think of like the Aurora Borealis.
Okay.
The Northern Lights. We sort of started shooting that on the set, and the audience got the connection of there is something magical about this store. So I think in situations like that, video can work really well, especially when you can't do something like that with lighting. You're very limited with that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I sort of agree with you. You don't want everything to be video projection.
Yeah, there's like twofold to me though. There's that aspect, and then there's the aspect of a lot of these smaller theaters are trying to do projections with stuff where you've got a trim height of 8 feet. All your front light's going to wash it out. So you've got to have a 10,000. Like we can't afford a 10,000 lumen projector.
Right.
It's like if you're gonna do it good.
I think you'd be better suited to use a conventional lighting thing. Like the thing that jumped to my mind is if you were doing it an effect, like say you're doing some sort of World War II kind of thing, and maybe you've got flames happening outside to show that there's a battle scene. You could either do that with a video monitor and have a flame loop going outside the window, or you could do that. Probably has been done traditionally in the last scenes is have a little orange glow light down there, just kind of flickering or fading, and I think that gives just as nice an effect. A lot of the things that you see nowadays in theater or in venue projection, the 3D projection mapping.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That I think gives you some real opportunities to do something interesting as an artist. That if you have access to the technology to do it, which is becoming more and more accessible nowadays, you can do some really transforming things that your set guys could never keep up with. They couldn't give you the palette to work with the way that you can use your lighting instruments to, like you said, put a star field across the entire auditorium, break that fourth wall a little bit even.
Well, Disney uses the mapping on their
they
their
do.
castle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
The
they were
new
some of the pioneers in it. And they
Yeah.
really show what you can do in just mind-blowing ways.
Exactly. And their new show for Halloween that opened last week, they do some amazing projection. They make it look like the ledges of the castle have candelabras on them. You know? So I think in situations like that, when you've got this larger-than-life stage where you've got, gosh, probably 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 people watching that
Right.
show, but I wouldn't want to see a projected castle.
No.
You want to see that real set piece, that physical
Yeah.
piece.
I want something that an actor can interact with.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just, I think that's the difference between theater and you bring up Disney. Disney's a different entity all itself. When you've got multi-million-dollar budgets and you can do anything.
You can
True.
pay somebody to put candelabras in the castle.
Okay,
Right.
so
But I
let's
think that inspires smaller theaters, though.
I think you're right. I mean,
Yeah.
like Newsies just came through here a couple of months ago, and that's a Disney production. Harvey Fierstein wrote it, and there was projections everywhere in that. And I was amazed, and I knew I was going to be amazed when I looked out front of house, and there were 6 Barcos, hanging, 1,300 lumen or 13,000 lumen roadies
Of course.
at $25,000 a pop. How many does your church have?
what? I don't work at a
roadies?
church anymore.
Oh, of your ex-church.
He's a heathen now.
How many? Oh, they have. Oh gosh, they have. What are you taking the lumens?
Just round it to the nearest 300.
like 20.
Can we just close your
Okay.
old church, split their budget for a year so that his and my
Yeah, sure.
theater can just
We have
really...
a 30K just sitting on a box.
What church did you work at?
Gateway Church?
Okay.
That's why I think immediately when we started talking about video,
You know what? He's
Jordan jumped
not
to
been
overflow
allowed.
video.
He has not been allowed to say that for the
Yeah, yeah.
entire year and a half
Yeah,
that
'cause
we've
it's
done
just
the
like-
show.
Trust me, because they
Uh,
follow up on that stuff. But no,
You don't work there anymore.
I
So
don't work there anymore.
who cares?
No, we have a couple of 25Ks and stuff like that. 20Ks, 18Ks.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of Kelvins involved. But here's
many
here's,
Kelvins.
And Kelvin's a
here's
great
my
guy.
take. Here's
He
my
is-
take
he's a
on
good
this.
dude.
It's like I think that projection could be used for like a backdrop. Like you still have your original set pieces. If it's like a castle or something, you can have like a castle that the cast and actors will interact with. But if you want to have a set piece that or a projection on a site in the back that can change with the set or stuff like that. Say you have a forest in the background, but you have also these trees that are also matched in that are give that 3D element. That's nice. That gets that 3D element.
I think
Or
the moral of
that
that
rolling-
story would be, like all technology,
Coleman
maybe
Cooler.
just use it, but don't overuse it.
Coleman
Right. I agree.
Oh, yes. Sorry, we have to do our obligatory Coleman Cooler spot every time we
Oh,
access a
okay.
beverage out of the Coleman Cooler.
Sponsored.
Yeah.
Sponsored.
It's good
This
to be
cool, refreshing
sponsored.
break on the Showtech show.
We're not
We're
actually sponsored by them yet,
But we're pushing
trying
really hard.
Really hard.
Really hard. Yeah. think it's going to come together in season 3.
Yeah, season 3 definitely they're going to
There's-
sponsor.
There was one episode about four ago that Shiner Bach would have really been proud.
Yeah,
Oh.
I think that would have been a solid ad buy for them.
Who sponsored my water?
Shiner.
That was the
Shiner.
Since
Sponsored my water.
1903.
yeah.
Was it 1903?
You know, Shiner brews with
1903.
water, and that's what you're drinking tonight.
There we
Courtesy
go.
Of,
For $18.95.
I actually do want to talk to Walmart about their because they're carrying lighting now. That'd be a sweet.
What isn't Walmart
Right.
carrying?
Right? Yeah.
Prostitutes.
They're well.
Give it
Well,
time.
actually, breaking news. No, Jordan's eyebrows go up. Really?
What?
No,
I'm
stupid.
going
Sit
there
down.
right now.
Today on CNN.
They're actually
I was
a
just reading on the
manufacturer's
internet,
rep
and
now
so you know
for
it's true.
American DJ Inhalation.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
he found it.
Yeah.
He found moving lights for sale on Walmart
What-
the other day.
Are they
I
at
was
the
like,
stores or
"What?"
just the website?
It's through the website.
That's
What?
no fun.
Yeah. What if they did set up an aisle?
They've
And, like,
just made
you
it.
could, you could talk to Jerry at
I'm
2
telling
a.m.
you, they're
about.
going to be at LDI.
That'd be awesome.
They are going to be at LDI. Are you going to LDI?
I'm not.
Why not?
Can't afford it. Are you going to pay?
No, I'm not going to pay.
Get Coleman to sponsor.
Coleman
Coleman.
Cooler.
See, yeah, you doing it now. That's awesome. It's addicting, isn't it?
It is. It's
I'm
kinda
addicted
fun.
to the Coleman brand. I've never been able to say no to them.
Get something
Um,
else out of there so I can sing.
So
Coleman.
you don't think that LDI is an important thing?
It is an important
You
thing.
need to go.
I have no money.
I have no money.
We're poor. I'm poor.
Get your
we work-
theater to pay
We
for.
work in theater. We don't make money. You do it for the love of the art.
it.
I know that sounded silly, didn't it?
Oh, that sounded bad.
It's true, though.
Although I do believe that you and I are like the only
Holy
artistic
cow.
directors in the world that aren't driving new cars.
No, we're not. Oh,
My friend Charlie called me the other day.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
I'm
censor.
artistic director at so and so. I said, oh, that's nice. He's like, yeah, I went and bought a Mercedes.
Wow.
Yeah. Well,
There you go.
yeah, there we go. There we go. How much is it? $549? Not bad.
Two.
12
80
watt.
J's.
12 watt.
You know, that's going to be a
And you can get them in white. And there's also like, they're just basically selling
Dude, I'm
tons of
telling
American DJ
Wow.
products.
I fart and brighter light comes out of my
I
ass.
was thinking my cell
True.
phone has a brighter phone than 12 watt.
What do we got here?
And there it is right there.
And there we go.
Oh.
Got hazers.
Coming to
Bottle
a
machines.
cheapo theater near you
Yeah.
next week.
Well, you know, if you're ever in a pinch,
Oh, shoot. They got the ZBs. Wait. Go back.
look, you can
Go
do your
back.
shopping later, dude.
No, I need.
We got Michael
I
here.
need
I don't want to
to-
waste his time looking at Walmart, man. Until they're a
Guys, we
sponsor.
got about like 5 minutes left until this world's done.
Yeah, do you really want to spend
What?
your last minutes on
Is the blood
Walmart.com?
moon coming that quick?
Uh-huh.
They said 9/11 is the time or something like that.
Oh,
See,
Lord.
what time is it
There
now?
it is.
We're about to be done. We're about to be done.
9:07.
So long, folks.
So if you thought the show was getting a little slow, well, Michael, one of the things I always like to ask our guest technicians is, where did you get your start in this industry? How did you get into the world of theater or lighting specifically? I'm kind of a techie, so
I actually started in high school. I know, a long time ago.
Where'd you go to high school?
Went to
Here in
Lake.
Texas?
I did. I went to Lakeview, Centennial, and Garland. Go Patriots! Woo! Graduated in '88.
Patriot football rocks.
And my theater teacher, my 10th grade year, Mr. Kim Stinson, who just graduated, who just retired from teaching for 35 years, introduced me to it, and started doing lighting for Garland Civic Theater and Children on Stage, and did a little bit in college, not much. Kind of really focused on my studies, and
Ooh.
I know, got to make a living somehow. Of course, I'm not really using my degree, but anyway.
Are we all
What's your
using our
degree?
degrees?
Do what?
What's your degree? in?
My undergrad degree is actually in counseling and guidance,
Oh.
which it
Oh, I
kind of
bet
works.
you're using that. Yeah.
It does kind of work with working in
You
theater.
work with theater
I
people.
know.
Yeah.
It's like having
You're using
it's like having a
counseling
bunch of
constantly.
babies.
Oh my
Um,
gosh, you are so right.
It's true. I mean, they're fun, but
They're
babies are fun.
babies.
I can attest
babies
to
are
that.
fun. Your little three little ones are good.
Well, thank you.
And you have to.
I got a picture here. You want to see?
You have
Sorry.
to.
Yeah.
You have to help. Stroke the egos of
Yep.
designers and.
Exactly.
And then I
The talent.
sort of got just involved in doing a lot of different theaters around the area, and for about 4 or 5 years I was doing 15 shows a year between outside theaters and work. Worked at Six Flags for a while, and worked in
Ooh,
the
how
entertainment
was that?
department then. You know, it
How's
was
David
fun.
Hare?
That always sounded fun to me too.
Well, Dave Hare was there when I was there. He was the on-staff lighting designer, and he now has his own big company and does a lot of stuff. He's very successful,
You're very political about that. I'm so proud of you.
and
See, if it were me,
he's made some
like
choices.
2 more beers
and,
into this, I'd be telling people what I really think.
I know you would,
Yep.
but you won't do that.
No.
You're a nice guy. He really is a nice guy.
David's actually
He
not
really
a bad
is.
guy, and
No,
David
you are a very nice guy.
David thinks
question.
like I do. So
Yeah, I would agree with
taping
that.
over LED lights. You don't want to see that blue light flashing.
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
Very
He's
detailed.
very detailed.
Yes, he is. That's why he's as big as he is.
kind of like Disney.
Oh, he's
Di-
bigger than Disney.
Yeah, but Disney's
Wow.
He is.
Disney.
Now
He is.
that I need that drop.
It's true.
Oh, he's
he's
bigger
bigger than Disney.
It's true.
Like that.
I mean, he did the first concert at the AT&T Stadium. That was the George Strait concert.
Yeah.
His company designed all that. So that's huge. I'd love to have something like that, but it's not where I'm supposed to be right now. You know?
But do you feel that your life is taking a different direction right now? I mean, you've pulled away from lighting a lot.
I have. It really, when you run a theater, it's almost like your focus needs to go to making that the best you can. And I think that's one of the reasons why Onstage is now one of the top theaters in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
It's like these guys, they count on me to be here on Sunday, and there's so many times that I call them up and go, guys, I just can't make it. I just can't make it.
Sure.
And when you run a theater, your life's totally different.
Right. You spend your time there. When you're the person in charge to make sure everything is going off like it's supposed to, you were there.
Well, it's like you were saying, you do it for the love of the art. We were joking, but I
Sure.
mean that's very true in your position to a large degree. You're not. It's not a job where you can walk away from it and just, if it works, it does. If it doesn't, I don't care.
Right.
It's
'Cause
not my problem because it is your problem.
It is my problem. And if an audience doesn't like a show, I get the emails and the phone calls.
And it reflects on you.
It does.
Yeah, and that's your career too.
Right.
So I mean,
Or you have to deal with the board when your ticket sales are down
Right.
25% because you're doing a show that's slightly outside of the curve.
Exactly.
and then you have to come and do shameless promotions on internet television shows that are total jokes.
I'm
just to
having
show
a
that you're
great
doing your
time.
due diligence.
Hey, I'd be here every Sunday if you want me to. This is fun.
All right,
This
we
is
might hold you
fun.
to that. We got
have-
an open chair.
We have
so-
Jordan's replacement
There
I
you
do
go.
it. This is fun.
Jordan's going to be out sailing
because
the
we
seven
sure as
oceans.
crap know that Rich can't run it.
Oh, thanks for
Did it
coming.
again. Oh,
Dude.
yeah.
No, it's and your
Is the
theater
blood
has
moon?
really taken a turn upward. I
Right.
mean, quality's gone up. You're getting a lot better directors in now. It's something I think it's something that to be proud of.
Sure. We're hearing one of the things when my first season there, when I came in, the season was already set.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't have much control over what shows came in that year.
That's when I got sucked in for their playing our song, which is not my favorite
Right.
musical,
But it turned out great.
but I lit the hell out of it.
It turned out beautiful.
Yeah.
Audiences loved it. And I, over the last several years, been talking to audience members and talking to production people and talking to actors and asking them what they wanted to see. What did they want to do? For a while, you kept seeing the same shows over and over and over.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so much more out there. And we have to do shows, just like at your theater, you have to do shows that actors want to be in to fill your spots. If actors don't want to be in it, nobody's going to come and audition.
And that's
Yet the show still has to happen.
that's really a tough decision. We had a lot of people audition for Falsettos. Falsettos is not going to sell out. It's not the type of show that's going to sell out at Runway.
Right.
We knew that going into it, but I think it's a work of art that needs to be done. We're not doing it for the money. We're doing it for the artwork with that show
And the message that's behind that artwork.
and the message that's
Right.
behind that.
Well, that's why we did Next to Normal 2 seasons ago. We were the first non-equity theater in the Dallas-Fort Worth area to do Next to Normal which is all about mental illness.
Mhm.
Well, you're seeing so much more of that today. So theaters need to start taking chances, not necessarily building your whole season around that, because your basic audience member doesn't want to see that. They don't want
Right.
to see everything. But they will go through that experience once a year. And my first year there, we had a show called Proof. And that was sort of our turning point, our big drama piece that we'd never done anything like that before. So now I build in a proof.
Was that Lon
Show.
Barrera?
Mhm.
Lon Barrera.
So I build in a proof type show every year. But then we cushion it with some fun stuff, some fun musicals. Not everything has to be deep, punching you in the face as an audience member.
Well, and that's
You know?
I think every theater's got to look at every. I mean, I've thrown Falsettos and Spring Awakening into one season. Every other show that goes on is just silly.
Right. It balances.
I have to balance that out because
I'm curious. Why didn't you put one in one season and one in another season?
Spring Awakening was something that I've wanted to do since I saw it up in Denton, and Falsettos, just the timing of it going back to Broadway really kind of struck me as I want to do this. It was daring to even attempt it. I didn't want to hold off on Spring Awakening. I think that's a show that will sell well in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. The subject matter's tough, but you're going to get a lot of young people wanting to do it, which means that you'll get a lot of parents wanting to come see. So I think it was almost like a flip of the coin. Do I do this? Do I not do this? Do I throw a big throwaway musical into the first slot and run off with it? But I just with Gay Pride happening same month, I was like, it just fits. Would I do it again?
Bare honesty, folks. Only on the
You know what? It's hard to pick a season, though.
It is hard.
We have a play selection committee over at Runway, and they help tremendously because one person can't read everything, and it's the same with you. You talk to directors and people around town, and get your little gist on of things that people want to do, and then you make your decision. And we basically do the same thing over there. But the shows that we read this year or last year were just, it was either all the way over to the right or it was all the way over to the left. There was just nothing in the middle. So,
And that is the hard part, is picking shows, because ultimately we're a business, and we have to be able to pay our bills. And if you don't have an audience to come and buy tickets, then you don't have an income.
we threw a lot of curveballs at our people this year. We went to Vendini, which I know I've talked about on the show many a times. I love Vendini.
They're great. We use them as well.
Fabulous company to work with. But we threw that at our audience. We threw a ticket increase, and we threw a big old gay show in the beginning.
Well, hey, there you go.
You're nothing if not progressive.
Thank you. Thank you. And say I'm not diverse. But we did find out, like, in the research that we did with our ticketing, we were even cheaper than you guys.
Yes, y'all were, which surprised me.
And I was like sitting here going, hold on, we're like the lowest price in town.
And there's a perceived value to an audience person. If you see a theater that's charging $30 for a show versus $20,
Mm-hmm.
you think, well, the $30 show is going to be better, even though odds are it's probably not. So that's one of the big reasons we upped our ticket prices, was to be more competitive just from a image standpoint.
Yeah.
Of course, the cost of everything has gone up too. I mean, when I started, a 2x4, as crazy as that is, was like $1.90. Now they're $3.
I heard you I heard you went and looked at the rights to Chicago.
I did.
Did that give you a heart attack?
I almost fainted to do.
I looked at doing it this year,
Uh-huh.
and I saw the price of the rights, and I was like, there is
Nope.
no way.
When you do a show, you have to pay so much per performance. In case your audience doesn't know, and it's based on like how big your house is, your ticket sales, and how long it's going to run. And when you look on the website to get the Chicago rights, it says this is a high dollar title, and you're
Mhm.
thinking how hard could it be? And so then you send in all your information, and they we've upped our standards up, George. And so they send you back this contract, and an average musical for us cost about $2,300 in royalties, roughly, between 2,000 and 2,300. We're not going to show that though. And it came back with $5,200,
Yeah.
and I almost fell out of my chair, and I called him and I said, "Are you serious?"
That's $500 a performance.
It was ridiculous. I was like, the show's, and I actually told him, I probably shouldn't have said this. I said, but the show's not that good.
Yeah.
And she said, well, that's what, people will pay that because they want to do that show. And I said, well, it's now taken off of my list permanently because we can't afford it. And for a show that's basically a nothing show, it makes no sense.
But that's, Chicago's high price like that. We did Beehive a few years ago. It's expensive. Rock of Ages, I called for the rights to that, and the rights are freaking outrageous.
I'm finding that all those jukebox type shows.
You did Wonderettes, right?
We did Wonderettes.
Doesn't Wonderettes take a portion of your
Yes.
ticket sales?
They take a portion of your box office. You have a base price of your rights, and then you have to send them each week your box office receipts, which I was not real thrilled with. But we really wanted to do that show, and we sold out 10 performances. And we made a tremendous amount of money on that. Would I work with that particular company again? Probably not.
Rock of Ages was the same way, I do believe.
All those
I know
jukebox things.
Beehive was.
Yeah, because you've got all those songs in there, and the people that own the rights to that show have to pay for all those songs. So that's why they're so expensive.
Yeah.
And it would be different if the script part was really strong. Most of those are fluffy shows. They're fun. They're entertaining. You're not going to get a lot of storyline, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when you want me to spend a tremendous amount of money just for the rights to do the show, I have to.
You need
pull
a
it back.
jib operator.
I was going to say, Jordan, you're quiet over there tonight, and it occurs to me you're getting ready to get into the cruise ship circuit, right?
Yeah.
Probably doing a lot more theatrical than you've ever done in your life. What do you
Oh,
think
yeah.
about that?
It's moving
Are
on
you
to
soaking
different
all this in?
Yeah, I've been listening in and stuff like that because they do shows every night on the cruise ship and stuff like that.
And you're going for the entertainment side, aren't you?
I'll be on the entertainment side of it. So
So you
mostly part of the video part of it because currently right now Carnival is integrating LED screens into their shows.
Nice.
Video
So-
in theater. It's happening in front
And
of
it's
your
more
eyes.
of like what you're saying, like the jukebox shows and stuff like that. They're writing their own content and stuff like that.
They're
and
basically theme park shows on the water.
yeah,
Vegas-y, theme parky.
yeah. That's what they're trying to do. Pyro, LED screens. LED screens moving in and out and stuff like that. So they're trying to get into the Vegas style of these shows. Although I've seen some reviews and stuff like that. People are missing some like more of the Broadway shows that were in there. They're not liking this like Vegas-y show. They want more Broadway and stuff like that. But
Interesting. Because
That
when
is
I see a
kinda
Broadway
interesting.
theater show, I want to
I
get
don't
on a
They
think
did
they're
cruise.
going on to
Hairspray, I
Mhm.
think, for a while was on a cruise ship. Like a 90-minute
Was it?
version, like an hour to 90-minute version. I think a Hairspray went on.
That wouldn't
Did it.
surprise me. That's one of those shows that you could do.
Easy. It's a cute show. It's non-offensive for the most part. Jersey Boys.
Well, it's tourist theater. It's a name that
Exactly.
people who don't know anything about theater recognize and like, oh, I'll go check that out. I'm being a patron of the arts, and that's I think
Right.
all these high priced shows that you're talking about kind of seem like to me they're just a name. They're a name that you've heard for years, and that somebody who doesn't follow the theater scene avidly would key in on. And so if that's the kind of crowd you're trying to attract, then maybe you
I know.
pay
There's
the premium for that. If you're
There's
not,
still some shows that I will not watch unless I watch on Broadway. It's like I'm not going to go see their travel shows.
What about Thunder
one?
from Down
Lion
Under? I
King.
thought you were willing to see that anywhere, anytime.
I don't know. Lion King, I just want to see on Broadway.
Really?
Yeah.
But surprisingly,
The
the
touring
the
shows
tour,
are
Spider-Man?
Yeah.
the tour
that's what I heard
is like 99% of the Broadway show.
Yeah. That's what I've heard that
Yeah.
that the touring show is excellent. It's
I wanted to see Rocky on Broadway
That would have been great.
because the ring comes out over the people.
Now there is, I don't know how true this is, but there is rumblings of touring that. I mean, obviously having to pare it down a lot, but it would be interesting to see that show and see what they can do on tour. There's a lot of unique things.
I still know people over at Troika, and I know they are toying with it. So if they
It would
do
sell.
you're talking about a ring that goes over the audience.
yeah, they actually the boxing ring floats out
I mean-
over the first 3 rows,
Oh, okay.
and the people that were in those rows are moved up onto the stage on
Yeah.
stage seating.
I mean, it's
Watch
all possible now because you've seen some of these musical artists. Their set pieces and stuff like that. They create. I think it's Justin Timberlake. His went all the way down the whole. Is on a track system.
Yeah.
You go up and it just go all the way back, towards front of house and just come back in. And like even Trans-Siberian Orchestra moving, stages and stuff like that. So it's all possible now that the travel theater designer
And we'll see a
has
whole
to.
bunch of that at LDI.
Sounds like a big FU to Phantom to me. Like, oh, did you fly a candelabra?
and
Check
that's
this shit out. Boom! Boxing
wasn't-
ring.
It wasn't the FU to Phantom because Phantom was done by a really useful group. It was
Homage?
more of the FU to Disney.
Well, that's good.
I love
I support that.
Yeah,
Can you tell I love
I can.
Disney?
Yeah,
I
you're
can
not a
see that
Disney
you
guy,
love
are you?
Disney.
I
Where did the mouse touch you, Scott?
Oh my god!
Oh, well, there's an image in it.
Can't unsee.
That
Can't unsee.
that big old white
it was
gloved hand.
not the mouse. It was-
Oh, it's Minnie Mouse.
Well, folks, unless there's anything
Don't
else
worry,
we want
Scott,
to
this
add
won't hurt.
for Michael, if there's anything you want to plug, by all means, get it out there.
Come see us at Onstage. OnstageInBedford.com is our website. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter.
What's your Facebook page?
Onstage in Bedford. And
What's your Twitter page?
Onstage Bedford.
Well, like I said, it's getting hot in here. It's been about an hour of Michael's time, so we'll release him back into the wild. We're gonna go check out the end of the world blood moon. Big eclipse happening. That sounds pretty rad.
I need a cigar.
Yeah. But we would like to invite you all out there, our viewing audience, to check out our past episodes on YouTube. You can find us on YouTube at youtube.com/TV Lone Star. We've got a Showtech Show
There you go.
playlist there.
So I'll do the obligatory.
There you go. Yes, that's the word there. That's nice. Also, we've got our Twitter is at Showtech Show, so we invite you to follow us on that one. And if you want to communicate with us the old-fashioned way, our email is showtechshow@frontiertelevision.com. It's Sunday night, and we're doing this thing live. Whoa. Oh, kind of weird when the lower third goes away. Woo.
I say it's the blood moon's fault.
Sorry, I touched
Yeah, that's
that
true. This is our
earlier
last
today,
show
too.
ever, but if the world does not end, we'll be here on Sunday nights at 8 o'clock on
You'll never make
frontiertelevision.com.
it through another show.
Probably not so much. Guys, have a good night. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you later.